Hold up. All right. Can you guys hear me? We're gonna finish off where we left off. Now, last time we were here, there was a few things I kind of forgot to do. For all those watching the chat, just know that I like you guys. I love all my fans. The few I have, and I wish there was more of you. If you have any questions, please ask in the chat. What am I doing? Stupid me. Just keep in mind, everything you see is not the finished version. When the comic finally comes out, when I get the money for it, that will be the finished version. I've noticed one thing when it comes to fictional characters. People, when a lot of writers, they view entitlement as strength. I remember watching shows like, uh, even shows made for girls like My Little Pony. There's this association with entitlement and strength. In order for a character to be strong, they have to be entitled. They have to come from some bloodline, or they have to be gifted in some way, shape, form. Honestly, like in real life, it doesn't matter why people are strong. It doesn't matter where you learn to fight. You just learn to fight. It doesn't matter where, think IRL. And I don't want Switch to come across as entitled. Like the reason Switch is strong is not because he came from some bloodline. The reason Switch is strong is because of his own actions. What's up? Like I just made a video on my TikTok. People can understand if someone is strong, they should never take L's. No, no, that's not how that works. I was defending Goku in my TikTok. No matter how strong a character is, there's always another character who is just as strong, and that should be the norm. That, in fact, that makes things interesting. That people are complaining about the current Superman trailer. It's like, why is Superman injured? He's supposed to be invincible. That'd be freaking. Superman's never been invincible. That'd be boring. There's always been characters that can hang with Superman. Oh, he's the strongest hero. That doesn't make it invincible. See, some people think that in order to be strong, you have to be entitled. That's not how strength is. Okay, you don't have to come from some bloodline. You don't have to have all these things. You don't have to be this super special person in order to be strong. Realistically, it doesn't matter why. You are what you are. And some people think they don't understand, they can't handle competition. Like I said this before, but I made a TikTok early defending Goku. People saying that, oh, Goku can't really fight because he's taken a few L's. Of course he's taken a few L's. Of course Goku has taken a few L's. He's always going to take a few L's because Goku, because there's other good fighters out there. I really don't like this entitled mindset people have in regards to fighting. I don't like it. I want it eliminated. Like there's other Chromazonians out there. Okay, go back over to. Now that's done. People are wondering why it takes me so long to get these things out. Keep in mind, I don't have a team. It's all me. I am all by myself. Nobody else but me. This is all me. The writing, the script, everything is just all me. That's why some people like can't take an L because they have this entitled mindset. Entitlement makes you weak. Like, all right, four people watching, four people enjoying. Thanks, chat. I love you all. Love all my fans. Now, here, Switch is breaking into a facility. Switch is currently breaking into some ancient facility. Switch is currently breaking into an ancient facility. Switch needs to be really small in that panel in order for this to work. Like, so I don't want Switch to be a Mary Sue. I want Switch to have struggles. No matter how strong you are. You know the old phrase, no matter how big you are, there's always someone bigger. There will always be struggles that Switch has to face no matter how powerful Switch gets. And Switch will get strong. Don't get twisted. Switch will get strong. But there's always going to be someone out there stronger. Always. Okay. Leave a like if you enjoy this type of content. It's wondering why I'm copy and pasting these colors. It's because I'm gonna need to reuse them. So I might as well get this out of the way now. I'm saving myself the trouble for later. Keep in mind, nothing you see is the finalized version. I couldn't help but notice. If you have any criticisms that you want to give, go ahead and give. What is he? So, y'all chat. Y'all want to talk about anything? Dang. So right here, I'm trying to draw that there's other machines. Because of course, there's going to be more than one big machine here. These little wires. See, I've worked at factories before. I worked at UPS, and I'm used to seeing wires around big machinery. So I want this to look like an actual factory. That's something. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I don't like what I mean. I don't like fake tough characters. Characters who act big and bad, but only towards smaller individuals. I noticed that in the King of the Hill reboot, in the King of the Hill continuation, in the King of the Hill reboot, they got Cotton Hill. Cotton Hill is a fraud, fake tough guy who only acts tough when nobody fights back. That's the only reason he does what he does, because he knows that people aren't going to fight him back. Anytime Cotton Hill is faced with, anytime Cotton Hill is faced with someone who he knows is not going to back down, because you could argue Cotton Hill is kind of like a parody character. It's meant to make fun of things, which is a fair point. But when it comes to serious superheroes, speaking of which, I've noticed that superhero movies have had terrible marketing recently. Like really, just awful marketing. Let's see, if you in the chat, say something. Yeah. Funny thing is, I'm adding all this detail knowing that it's going to get erased later. I'm going to add in the shadow because if you remember correctly, if you guys remember, what the heck? If you guys remember correctly, there was a shadow here. Remember that? Remember this? So there's going to be a beam of light entering the room. So there's going to be this big beam of light entering the room. Actually, hold on. Actually, I'm gonna do myself a favor. I'm going to I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. There's this huge beam of light entering the room. So this whole section right here is going to be lit up, and everything else is going to be shaded in the background. I just want to make sure that the wall has plenty of detail. Wires on the ceiling. And maybe these wires are a bit different from the other wires. There's a little pillar right here holding everything up. And aside is a little box. And that box is basically like a little control panel. No apologies. And maybe over here with a big switch. Switch, kind of funny because name switch. Uh, we got a big switch there just to add some detail. Okay, now let's continue the color pattern. He's fighting back. He's fighting back. And he won. You got anything to say? Just say it in chat. I'm all ears. I'm gonna add a little tease right here. Y'all don't know what this is, but y'all gonna figure out far later on in the line. What? Are you lost? You should have thought about the idea of other people are strong. You can't see him having muscles. Y'all got anything to say? Please say it in the chat. Strong. Why is that so difficult to understand? This is like I've noticed that entitlement tends to destroy people's brain when it comes to power scaling. And one thing that I want Switch to have is consistent power scaling. I notice that if I talk a little bit more, then the ratings go up a bit. So one thing I vow to have, I probably shouldn't say vow, but one thing I want to have is consistent power scaling. That's very simple to me. A lot of people they see a character take a single L and they'll jump to conclusions. Oh, I guess he was a fraud the whole time. No, other people are strong. Such a difficult concept. This nigga is so. That's what I say. I said on my Christian channel the 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 ignorant don't understand power levels because they're used to fighting dirty, used to underhanded tactics. No tricks. I'm really hoping to get good at live streaming. I'm just talking about random things because I notice that whenever I talk more, the I notice whenever I talk more, the views go up a little bit. So right here, I am going to. These are basically stairs. Actually, I can make that work. See, this is how you make something work. I was gonna draw the line. I was gonna draw a line to indicate the stairs, but as soon as I noticed the angle, see, he's facing forward towards it. So switch. If he's facing forward towards it, then they're gonna become. They're gonna merge. It's gonna look like they're merging into one. Trying to fix that. See, merging these together. All right, let's go ahead and get the text in. From March Dialogue. Actually, nah. We'll handle that later. Process the concept of other people. And it won't. Thank you, whoever you are who just joined. Leave a like and subscribe or follow, whichever. So right here, I'm going to add the glowy effect. Just reminder, none of this is the final version. Nothing you see is the final version. When the comic book comes out, it's going to look completely different. If you're wondering why I'm doing this method and not... Hold on, let me check something real quick. Let me see how I did it before. See, before, it was looking like that. Before, it was looking like that. Let's check this out real quick. So over here, there's debris from when Switch punches through. From when Switch punches through, there's a little bit of debris here. I want that debris to carry over in the next scene. Actually, no. Wait a minute. Actually, hold up. I think I might have screwed up. Let's go back to over here. You notice there's a little bit of debris. The debris. See, there's different shades of white. The white inside the room, and then there's the little gray that was in here. Just in case, I'm gonna get back this. Just color changes. Just in case. That's special gray. That right there is a different shade of gray. That was the shade of gray that was inside the wall and should be depicted over here. So you got to back up just in case. Just in case. Uh, uh, uh. Just little bits of debris. Again, little bits of debris from when Switch broke through, which are going to be everywhere. I can draw around it. Just little bits of debris from the wall. That's why it's a different color. In fact, let's go over to here. Then they have shadows. I'm going to do a little experiment with the lighting. Thank you. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I love all my fans, how few they may be, or how many there may be. I don't care for the amount. I love all my fans regardless. In fact, hold on. I just got the best idea ever. Since these are stairs, I'm gonna make the shadow look like it's walking up the stairs. Yeah, y'all want me to talk more during these live streams? Is that what I got to do? I can do it. I can do it. We can talk for days if I need to. I don't know what that is. Let's try this little experiment here. All right, let's try this. %, just like in the last one. Come on, come on, come on. That's so hard to get 20%. All right. Actually, right now. The whole place is being lit up by this color. Also, be careful when it comes to layers. See, I've created a little too many layers. I think it's safe to merge these two. I think it's pretty safe to merge these two. Okay, keep my layer count low. Now, see, here's the confusing thing about lighting. Sometimes it's hard to tell where lighting is coming from, and you just got to work with it. You can spin that to my advantage. See, all we know is that there's two primary sources of light: the glowy generator thingy, and second is the wall illuminating all this light. Now we're gonna do the same thing with shadows. Everything is in shadow. See, everything is in shadow. Except, actually, no, I don't like that word. So here's the funny thing about this. The reason why I keep moving the cursor around, because if I stop, the shadow will go over itself. So I have to keep on moving over. I can't stop. I have to do it in one go. It is difficult but manageable. Okay. Now this is going to be difficult, but again, I can still pull this off. Make it very small. Now, one thing I'm afraid of right now is having there too many layers. So I'm going to merge these two, merge these two. Okay. One thing, one quick thing I can do. It's not too late. Like I said, I wanted it to match with the stairs. The lighting matches with the stairs. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I'm trying to look at the chat as I talk about this. I'm gonna check up on YouTube real quick. The lighting matches with the stairs. Okay, YouTube's a bud, but you know what? Rumble's working. In fact, here's the beautiful thing about Rumble: all your different channels are somewhat connected. So if one of them is doing good, it affects all the other. It affects all the other channels because again, they're all connected. Sorry if you see messages on the screen. I'm recording this off my phone. Well, well, guys, that's gonna be enough for this one. The music ended, and when the music ends, that means I'm done. That's gonna be the indicator that the stream's over, that the music's in. But let me finish this off real quick. Yeah. Your biggest fear is that there might. My biggest fear here is that there might be too many. I think I can get away with merging these two. Yeah. So that's the safe one. Well, guys, wrong one again. If you've enjoyed the stream, leave a like, subscribe. Love you guys. See you later.